Hey, this is Dalton Smith. Welcome to CourseInForex.com. I want to talk to you today about something that is often talked about, but kind of not very well understood, in my opinion, when I meet people, and that is structure. What is market structure? I'm going to share my chart with you. Let's take a peek. Okay, so I'm teaching a course right now on market structure, and it's amazing to me how much people don't know about market structure. I think a lot of people get talked into using indicators to interpret the market. And I think that indicators are good for interpreting what's currently happening in the market, but without structure, you don't really know what's happening. Um, and what I'd like for people to do is kind of leave the Vegas lifestyle of trading where we're addicted to clicking. We're chasing these endorphins in the market. And I want people to actually understand what's going on. So right now, I am on AUD USD. I don't trade the Aussie dollar. Um, but we're going to look at this chart, okay? Because charts are the same. So right now, you can see we're on the 1 minute chart. And if you were to trade the 1 minute chart here, um, we could see that we're on a downtrend from this area. And if we track this high here, which we would call resistance, and the low here, which we would call support, right? Um, the question is, are these highs and lows important? I guess would be the question. And so what I want you to do is back out. On the 5 minute chart, we see, well, there's actually a much higher high and a much lower low. And they are also relevant. In fact, on the higher time frames, the higher times and lows make more difference. And look, we had other highs hanging right here in the balance and other lows hanging very closely. And these matter. These really matter a lot. So we need to back out and look at structure. Let's jump up to the 15-minute chart. I'm just trying to prove a point here. Let's get rid of this. I'm just trying to prove a point here that there's a bigger story going on. Let's keep backing out. Oh my goodness. So this high and this low that looked important on the 1 minute chart in actuality is not as important on the bigger chart, right? And I'm not trying to get you to trade higher time frames. I just want you to see that there's more going on here, okay? And we're going to get into structure. When I first look at the charts, I go to the 4 hour. I know some people go to the daily. Let me just get rid of this stuff. Some people go to the daily. Don't really feel like you have to do that, but to get the overall picture, I guess it's fine. So when I first started trading, people said mark support and resistance. And I did what they told me to do. I would mark here, I would mark here, I would mark here, I would mark here, here, here. Ooh, look, that one hit twice. That must be important. Here, 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 here. Yeah, look at all the support and resistance. It's crazy. Guys, seriously though. Whoa. So structure has a lot to do with support and resistance, but support and resistance is just something that's thrown out there, but it's not really explained, okay? And then we have trend lines. And some people say trend lines are important, and then others say people say trend lines are traps. And maybe you should put trend lines on candles like the wicks, or maybe only on the candle bodies. And there's, maybe this is a trend line. Well, yeah, but maybe this is a trend line. Yeah, but also this could be a trend line right here. You know what I mean? And I mean, don't forget about this trend line right here, right? And man, look at this trend line right here. This is a great one right here. Look at this one. Obviously a buyer's market, right? We got a current trend, downtrend right here, right? Um, yeah, same deal. Trend lines everywhere, right? Um, so the way to get away from that is to look at structure. Okay, so oops, I'm still in my crazy mode here. Apologize. Went a little wild. So now I feel like you did that on purpose, Trading View. Okay. So let's go down here and let's take a peek at what structure is. Okay. Structure is higher highs and lower lows. Okay. You have a high, then you have a lower low, a lower high. Okay. Excuse me. Let's look here. Here we go. Here's structure. The market comes down, boop, and we have a low. Okay. And then the market starts to move like this. We got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. All right. Oop, that's not a higher high. Oop, let's do that. Okay. Um, but what does this mean? What does this mean? So this would be a good area of support, okay? Because it is our lowest low. And now we look, we go up, and I'm going to move some lines around here, okay? So this is our low, and this is our most recent high. Then it was the most recent high. Okay, we got to pretend like we don't see anything in the future. Hi, honey. The pup is up. Hi. Hi. Did I talk too much? I'm sorry. She looks sleepy. Um, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, okay. So we got to pretend like we don't see the future, okay? Oh, excuse me. I woke up early to teach a class this morning. I committed to teaching a class at 7 a.m. and I'm a vampire. So I'm really not used to that. Anyway, so I might yawn a lot. Okay. So we got a low and then we have a high. Okay. And then we have a low and we have a higher high. Okay. Now there are a couple of important rules here when tracking highs and lows. Okay. Low, high, low. Now for this low to stay valid, it cannot go below this low. Okay. So the higher low cannot go below the previous low. Okay. Okay. So this low, I think I can, ooh, this low, can I grab it? Here we go. This low, if it went down below here, this would be on a downtrend. Okay. But since we didn't break this low and we made a higher low, we know that something is changing. Okay. Now, when we have a low here and we break this high. Okay, so we got two rules here. The low, booger, the low can't break the low. Okay, that's rule one. And then the high, grab this. The high must break this high. That's what this line must do. It cannot break this low. It has to break this high. Okay. Because it did that, we have a break of structure and we're starting to move upwards. Now, the same rules apply. Now we have a new low and we have a new high. Okay. This low now cannot break this low. Okay. And where were we at? Oh, we got to move up. I'm sorry. We got to move up. There we go. So now we're tracking this zone, right? So this low cannot break this low. And this high, oops, this high, oops, not you. This high has to break past the other high, okay? And then we get a higher high. This is structure. We're tracking higher highs and lower lows. Now it's the same thing here. We're on an uptrend. Oh, because I left that on. Gosh. Okay. So here we go. So we got, thank you. Please go away. I'm clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. So we're on an uptrend because this high broke this high, right? And we can't break this low. So we keep moving up. We've got to break this high. Can't break this low. Got to break this high. Can't break this low. Got to break this high. But it didn't. Oh my gosh, what does that mean? Still, as long as we don't break this low, we're okay. Oh, we made a new high. We're fine. Oh my gosh, we broke the low. What does that mean? It means it's a change of character. Something's happening. What is happening? Well, it depends if we make a higher high or if we make a lower high. If we make a lower high, now we're watching closely. Something's happening. Are we going to go into consolidation or are we going to move to a downward trend? Well, for this video, if we break this low, what's going to happen? Look what we've done. We started a downtrend. Now we can't break this high. We got to set a lower low. And now we got to break this low, set a lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Just barely 1 pip under is a lower high. Just barely 1 pip lower is a lower low. What if we go 1 pip above? Oh, that's a change of character. 1 pip, one pixel on the screen is a change of character, okay? If we do like this, all of a sudden we're on an uptrend again. This makes sense. Downtrend. Let's do an uptrend now. Uptrend. Let's do a downtrend. Okay. So this is the very beginning of market structure. So now when we draw a trend line, we see uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. What would that be right there? Downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Okay. It's market structure. Make sense? I hope so. You're awfully quiet. So how do we interpret this? What does this mean? Well, or how do we trade off of that, right? Well, let's go look at the daily. Oh, maddening. Oh, thank you for that. Okay, let's take a peek. Now, you can't track self-employment, right? Okay, so let's track the daily trend, okay? Now we can use a little support and resistance, okay? Support, resistance. I like to mark the highest and lowest on the charts, and that's really the only one to mark, to be quite honest. But I do box in my movements, okay? So we got a high, got a low. Let me use my handy dandy pointer, like Blue's Clues. Bloop, bloop, low, a lower low, lower high. And these are, what do you call it? These are up for interpretation. So you may agree or disagree with me, but your ability to interpret these highs and lows, it takes practice, will determine how well you trade. Okay. There are a couple tricks to establishing highs and lows. Ooh, what does that high do? What does that mean? That there's a higher high here. What does that mean? Any guesses? It means that this is an invalid high, which means that this is an invalid low. Yep, it's an invalid low. Excuse my kids. I have a house full of kids. That's why I have to work all the time and do Forex to buy food for boys. Lower low, lower high, lower low. And I'm going to show you how this makes sense. This is literally how I track my charts, guys. Got a lower low here. Is this even 1 pip above? It is. So this is invalid. And that means no, it doesn't mean it's invalid. I'm sorry, look at me. I'm interpreting on the fly. So what we have is a low, but then we have something here which I would consider a change of character. Why would I consider this a change of character? Because we didn't make a new, that's right, we didn't make a lower low there. We need this to come down below this, and it didn't. What shall we do? Okay, so on the daily, this is our higher highs and lower lows. But you don't trade the daily chart. Nobody does except the banks because we don't hold trades for a year or whatever, right? We trade on the smaller charts, which structure on the bigger charts is all like the daily all the way down to the second. You interpret structure the exact same way. Okay, you just got to make sure you're interpreting on the right timeline, like right time frame, because like these little movements in here, like why aren't these movements? I see, smaller movements, but those are smaller time frame movements. We're looking for the big movements on this chart. Trend lines help interpret movements. They help. That's what trend lines help me do. They let me know if I'm on the right time frame, right? So that makes these valid. This one in here to me isn't a valid high on this time frame because it's just too stinking low, but it might be valid on the 15-minute time frame. Let's examine. So I really like this movement here. So we know what the market's going to do. But let's do a case study, okay? Let's do this and this. Okay. So this is how I trade, okay? When I'm tracking big movements. There they go. Happy July 4th yesterday, by the way. You should check out my TikTok. My son ate a bottle rocket. It was a pretty funny video. Maybe I can put it at the end of this video. Maybe so. Okay. So we're on a downtrend on the daily, right? Okay. So if we're on a downtrend in our structure and we just confirmed a higher high, what are we looking to do now? We got a high, a lower low, or it would just be a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower, I'll give you a hint, a lower low, right? So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a good movement here. We're looking for a lower low right here because we're trading structure, we're trading bias, we're trading trend direction. That was the wrong tool. Look, if we happen to make this trade, we're looking at 456 pips. Yay! Right? So that would be a great movement to track. I don't know how you feel about 456 pips, but it's a light day for me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is, but you know what I mean. Just kidding. Um, I am up 4% this week, so that's good. What was I saying? Yes. So we're looking for lower lows here. Okay. So, in your opinion, if we just hit a high and we're moving to lower lows, what type of trade should we take? Buys or sells? You sells, right. So we're going to take sells in this area. Okay. So now we're going to drop down to the 4-hour chart. Do you know the rule of 30? The rule of 30 says you should trade 30 time frames higher in the time frame you're on. So if you trade on the 1 minute, you should do track trends on the 30-minute chart. If you're on the you trade in the 5-minute chart, then you should trade the 150-minute, which would be between the 1 hour and the 2 hour. Yeah. Okay. So look at the smaller trend in here. Do you see it? Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, 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 low. Right? So that's probably like the 15-minute trend in there. Okay. So we're going to be looking for structure to change. Look, low, high, low, high, low. So what do we need this to do? We need it to make a lower high and get off of this uptrend, right? This is an uptrend. We're looking for a break of structure. We're looking for this low to be broken. We're looking for this high to not be broken. So let's roll camera and see what happens. Oh my gosh. Would you look at what just happened? Craziness. Craziness. The low was broken. So once the low is broken, what's it gonna do? It's gonna shoot back up, right? Oh my gosh. Look at it setting highs and lows. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Let's keep watching. Look at these high. Oh, that feels like a high. Oh, here we go. There it is. That was our high. So we're gonna steal this guy. Bloop, bloop. So we can't break this high. We just broke this low. Let's keep moving. Oh, here we go. Great Scott. It broke it again. So we got another low. Got another high. Do you guys understand structure? Are you starting to understand structure? This is structure, up, down, up, down. It's the same for uptrends as it is for downtrends. Now, I trade market structure a lot. It's my main type of trading. There's a way to enter trades off of this, which I'll do a video on. There's a way to enter trades off of this that is very, very useful. What are we sitting at? How long have I been doing this? I think videos aren't supposed to be real super long, are they? Is that the right thing? Let's stop share. What was this? Oh, there's no timer. So isn't that perfect? There's no timer. Okay, so yeah, so that's market structure in a nutshell. Higher highs, higher lows. I don't trade the daily. I also don't trade the 4 hour, but you understand how structure works. As I was saying, I use the ray. You can track this trend if you want to. Okay. I make entries on the 5 minute time frame. I gotta tell you, I do trade management on the 1 minute chart. Crazy, right? That's how I enter and exit. So I don't go to the daily. I do the 4 hour. I might go to the daily just for fun, just to see what's happening, like, just whatever. But 4 hour, 1 hour, 5 minute, 1 minute, 4 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour to track trends, 5 minute for entry, 1 minute for management. Usually when I'm exiting, 1 minute for exits, because I really like to be fine-tuned. It can be on minutes too. The deal is with the smaller time frames, you get much, much tighter stop losses. And the smaller the stop loss, that's right. The bigger the risk to reward, right? So if I can take us from a 30 pip entry to a 10 pip entry to a 5 pip entry to a 3 pip entry, that's what I want to do. Yeah, so anyways, that's it for this video. Be sure to check out courseinforex.com. Check out the other videos here. Check out my YouTube channel. I do have a TikTok channel. I don't know the name of it. Just follow me on Facebook. And yeah, shoot me a message. I do one-on-ones. I teach people how to trade. So if you're looking to trade Forex, what I do is I coach, I analyze how you trade. You show me how you trade, and I will tell you how to trade better the way you trade. If you don't know how you trade, then I'll teach you to trade like me. But that's what I do. I'm a Forex trading coach. My name is Dalton Smith. Go to courseinforex.com. I'm on Facebook as well. It's the Forex Help Group. And I'm on TikTok. I don't know the name of my TikTok. Hold on a second. So my TikTok is Dalton Skillet. It's not for sure. What do you mean? I was cowboying, huh? So look for that on TikTok. The Facebook is Facebook looks like that. See my car? Can you see that? No, you can't see that. Oh, there you go. Forex Help Group on Facebook. Okay. Yeah, you got it. I'll teach you to trade for the banks. You don't have to use your own money. You want to trade with somebody else's money? Travel the world, be your own boss. Contact me. Thanks. See you soon.